Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome to Tailor Made Beauty by Kris. Today is the video that I tried to shoot a few weeks ago when I accidentally ordered the Divine Rose 1 palette for the second time. I will let you know that the right one showed up, and I've got swatches for you, I've got a look for you, so stay tuned. So here it is. I was able to return the duplicate of the Pat McGrath Divine Rose 1 very easily. I will say that returns with the Pat McGrath website are super easy. And since I'm trying not to give money to Sephora these days, it's nice dealing directly with these brands. So here is the Divine Rose 2. I was not able to get it in the limited edition pink, so it is the standard packaging. And let's take a look. Oh, yep. Very, very pretty. And now I'm going to steal a page out of Mel Thompson's book. I love how she does swatches, so that's what I'm going to do for you. And here we are. These are left to right from the top row, starting with a shade that is Skin Show Rose Opal, which says that it's an incandescent champagne with an opalescent shift. Next is Naked Blush, Mid-Tone Coral Matte, Eleganza Chromatic Pink Plum Pink, Bronze Rosé Metallic Copper Rose, Gold Lust, and I think this, I have this in a different palette. Then on the bottom row, Extreme Burgundy, Deepened Burgundy Matte, Divine Dusk, Luminous Rose Bronze, Rose Seduction, Vivid Magenta Satin, VR Sextraterrestrial, Fuchsia, Golden Peach, and Chartreuse Trichrome. And lastly, Astral Pink Moon, Glittering Peach Champagne. So I was very pleased when I was swatching these. They're so soft, so buttery. I think they're going to go on fabulously. And some of those shades that look really dark in the pan really aren't. Specifically this plum pink one and this one go on so much lighter than they look in the pan, which for me was really good news because I was really nervous about it. And really the only one that I am not excited about, don't know how I'm going to use it, is that Rose Seduction, that really bright pink. So I'm going to start with a MAC 221. This is what I like to do my crease with and my outer. And I am going to go into Naked Blush. I think for me, that's going to be the best crease color. And I'm focusing initially just on the outer half of my crease and bringing it down to the lash line on the outer edge, and then working it a little bit in a little further. And this is going on very nicely, blending in really well. I like how the color is laying down and building up. All right, I'll try that on the other side. And now I am going to go back in with that same brush and pick up a little bit of the Divine Dusk and just work that here at the outside. Just using little circular motion, going over some of that first shade that I put down. Which, oh, I think that's so pretty. It really, oh. You know, I think this is one of those palettes that you really have to see in person. And unfortunately, with COVID, I don't know about your Sephora's, but I don't know if any of them are letting you swatch anything anymore. I needed to run to my Sephora today. Actually, in the entire kind of Seattle Puget Sound region, there are only 3 Sephoras that are open. And I went to one up north. It was a half-hour drive from here, which was the closest one that was open. They were only allowing 15 people in the store at any time. And if you didn't have a mask, they had masks for you. There was hand sanitizer everywhere. So, and you couldn't, the products were for looking display only. You couldn't swatch anything. So, which is really sad because I think this palette really deserves swatching. Now I am going to go in with the Eleganza. This is another one of those that looks so dark in the pan, but went on just beautifully. So much sheerer than it looks in the pan. And I am guessing that it is not translating as fabulously on camera as it is in person. There's so much shimmer to it, so much reflection. It's fabulous. Wow. All right, let's figure out under eye. And what have I got here? This is a BK Beauty 204, just a short little kind of smudger brush. I like using that for my under eye. So I'm going to go back into that same Naked blush that I used, the very first color, to go underneath my eye with that. And now I am going to pick up that Extreme Burgundy, that matte shade, with that same brush and just do about the outer third. All right, and now I'm taking a BK Beauty 202 and just blending that in, softening the lines. Oh, gorgeous. All right, let's pick up, this is the Reefer, the 03. I love this brush. It's tiny, it gets right where you want to go, and I'm going to go in with the Skin Show Rose Opal, this shade here, and just do the inner corner. It is just the perfect size for the job. And let's do a little brow highlight. The same thing. Yes, oh yes. Now what I would like to do, I'm looking for my brush. All right, this is a Morphe brush. No idea what it is, but it's a flat, small brush. I have an even smaller one that I like to do my lash line with, but this is what I've got. So I'm going back in with the Extreme Burgundy and just doing the lash line with that. I'm actually just pouncing it into the lash line. You see how it gives me just a little bit more definition there? And when I do this, then I won't do any tight lining. Now I'm glad I didn't set my foundation because I did get quite a bit of fallout here. Doesn't surprise me because I packed a lot of pigment onto this brush. So, ooh, and I will say that these purple tones I feel like are making my green eyes pop. Loving it. So, you know what I'm gonna do? I'll go finish up and I'll come back. And here is the final look. I used the Pat McGrath Naked Rose gloss on my lips and Jouer's Rose Gold blush duo on my cheeks today. I think it's a really pretty look. I think this is going to be a really fun palette to play with. I am really glad that I got the right one this time, and yeah, it's just giving me something happy to play with during COVID and on a really lousy summer day. So thank you so much for joining me. Hit the subscribe button, ring the bell so you get notified, and have a really fantastic day.